Brainiacs. Ooh. Brains. What in the world is going on, everybody? Ladies and gentlemen, gals and goons all over this great planet we call Dirt. We got some interesting things coming up we're going to talk about. The girls were naming the show Grocery Store Madness. Also, Grocery Twilight Store. This is with Airbrusher, Michelle, Mish, and Miss Norma. We're going to talk about, they are going to talk about anything and everything grocery store. And I'm talking, I know right now how many of you are like me and went to the store, got some vegetables or got some stuff, right? And next thing you know, you turn around, you take them home, put in the refrigerator. Next thing you know, a day later, not even a day later, the shit's rotten. I'm me, right? Happened to me. Wife, she's cut into an avocado and it'd be like all rotten and shit. I'm like, take that back. Oh my god. We've all been there. I know we've been there. I don't know exactly what all these girls are going to get into, but nevertheless, we're going to talk about pretty much grocery store madness. Okay? Throughout, in the middle of the video, I'm going to share probably about roughly 5 videos. I might even save the other videos because Airbrush Mish says that what I was sent in about the lettuce and the tomatoes from Taco Bell, she's like, that's a whole other talk. So I just might share those later, another broadcast of those. Who knows? Tonight is going to be fun. It's with the girls from the Matrix. Again, I know all the guys are probably saying, well, she says she's going to help fix you up, man. And then I say she's trying to kill me. But look, gotta love Michelle. She's and Norma both. They're here to help us. We need to listen. Okay? It's just that simple. Just listen. Don't go nowhere, Brainiacs. Share this broadcast. Share this podcast far and wide. We'll see you on the other side of this.
Welcome to Crystal Cove and Mystic Charms, where magic meets the mundane and the extraordinary becomes everyday. Are you ready to gift yourself with the whispers of ancient power stones? To the feel and hear the echoes of our ancient past? Dive into a world where each pendant tells a story, where rare stones hold secrets known only to the universe itself. At Crystal Cove, our collection isn't just jewelry. It's a gateway to a realm of mysticism and wonder. Let the shimmering opal guide you through twilight dreams, or embrace the fiery energy of the sun with our exquisite amber pendants. Each piece, handcrafted by the hands of a true mystic who understand the language of the earth and the fire of one's heart. At Crystal Cove and Mystic Charms, we believe that every soul deserves to sparkle. Whether you seek solace in the calming embrace of amethyst or wish to dance with the vibrant hues of turquoise, our collection holds the key to unlocking your inner magic if you allow it to be so. Visit us today and discover the pendant that speaks to your soul. Crystal Cove and Mystic Charms, where the beauty of our amazing earthy realm meets the magic of the cosmos.
That would be our friend Rhea. You guys can see her in here every now and then. No doubt about it. I'm gonna go over here to what's this? Let's see if I can find this other thing. Something else I want to share with you guys, and that is prior to getting things going. Okay. On top of that, I'm gloriously waiting for Michelle, Airbrush Mish. Let's go over here to the screen right here. You guys see me post this on my own private profile as well as the main Matrix screen, right? This should definitely be interesting, and I'm not even a political person. That is MGT, Marjorie Green Taylor. Holy smokes, this chick is like, oh shit, she's going into this. She's actually going to hold this in Congress. I don't know, I do believe. Check this out. So Congressman Marjorie Green Taylor is leading a hearing on investigating the black market for baby organ harvesting. So if you guys didn't see this, I'm telling you, I have no idea why you're not sharing it. If you share anything, share this, okay? For real. If you share anything, share this. Again, anything to do with the children, anything to do with the kids, this is it. Save our children. Tune into her broadcast on Tuesday, March 19th, 2024 at 2 p.m. This will be interesting, no doubt about it. She's got 2 witnesses. She's got who knows what this blonde bombshell is going to bring out of the table here. I have no idea. Anyway, I'm going to jump over here to the brain chat. That's what we're going to do. Go over to the brain chat somewhere. Where the hell are you guys at? Whoa! Wrong chat. Whoa! Yeah, that is the right chat. What the hell happened to y'all, though? Oh, there. Oh, there they go. There we go. You got, just love it whenever things pop up. Michelle says, ain't got no caller ID. Now I'm okay. All right, Michelle, here, check it out. I don't see you up in the studio. Definitely don't see you up in the studio. There we go. Now we got you up in there. I hope everybody's doing well. Again, this ain't my show. This is Mish's show with Norma's. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's like gear up for this. Come on. It's all you there, airbrusher. Michelle. Mish, talk. Hello.
Hello. Hi. How's everyone?
Living the dream.
Living the dream.
Isn't it? It's a dream, all right.
All right. They're gonna wish they were dreaming. The reality of it is written on every single package, and all this information can be found.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is use your little Google fingers, and if you're not sure of something, look it up.
Well,
right?
Well,
but watch where your sources come from too. But watch where the sources come from, because you'll see the two sides.
Gotta do your research. Unless you can hear it from somebody else and then just, learn, hopefully.
That's not if they've done it. Yeah.
If
they've done it. Yeah. Like if it's like the first-hand account of them, actually, this is what I did. I did this with this, and this came of. Then yeah, okay. If I know that person personally, and they're not, that they're not embellished or anything. You know what I mean? You gotta know whom you're talking to too. But it's important to do it yourself. It's important to look into these things yourself. And
I brought up the grocery store thing because everybody hates to go shopping. Some people do. They go how many times a week? And no, I go once a month, believe it or not, and that's it. And I can't stand this one, and that's how I am. Everybody's different.
Well, I'm twice a month, so I hear you there. I have friends that drop by, and or I pick up fresh eggs, stuff like that, milk, but.
And this is what I don't buy from the grocery store, and I've learned that I can't because it just doesn't benefit me. I go to the butcher, so I don't buy meats. Dairy, I don't buy any unless we go to a farm. But I don't drink dairy. Packaged chemical foods, none. Body stuff, none. I make my own body stuff, and I make my own cleaners.
Well, that's got the pliocylene glycol in it. Yeah, anybody's looking at body washes and stuff. Pliocylene glycol is antifreeze. So you're putting antifreeze on the outside of your body. And then what it does is it actually traps and causes a fungus.
Is Matt, can you hear us good?
Oh, yeah, we can hear you fine. Everybody's like, we can't see you. Can't hear you. No, you don't need to see me or hear me. It ain't my show. This is these girls' show. It ain't mine. It's these ladies. It's all about them, man. Alan Carpenter's like, I can't see you. They ain't got to see me, man. Ain't my show.
All right,
he's still there, we promise.
I'm still here. Yeah, I'm still here.
I'm trying to think of my, I'm trying to think of some funnies that I have in the beginning.
There ain't no funnies. I start going through this list. I start going through this list here.
I am. but we got to walk through the supermarket. We got to walk through the door, right?
Yeah,
and then what is the first thing you see? It's healthy stuff. And then the healthy stuff goes right to the baked goods, and then right to the deli, and then it goes right into the healthy stuff is all around the outside, and then the inside. Oh, we know what that is, but
except one aisle. There may be one aisle or a section. It's got health food. So what the hell's in the rest of the store, guys? If this is the health food section, like everything else is toxic waste.
We talk about the
label.
food. I ran into this is the first thing on our list is the rotted foods. I'm not too happy about it because I've been running into it in organic foods, cutting them in half.
Yeah, because it's a coating process. See, even in the organic
process.
Yeah, even in the organic, some of it's getting the appeal.
Oh, who's echoing? I don't know if I'm echoing. Who's echoing?
Well, let me stop sharing that screen right there, and then you guys will not have no echo.
Are you echoing, Norma?
All right, on our list, we got the grocery Twilight store. Welcome to the Twilight Zones, pretty much. So we're going to go with number one. You said the food, again, like I said, food that's rotting from the inside and out. Everybody's done that shit. Like I said, I know that you, dude, I just went, not even last week, picked up a head of lettuce, got it home. It sat in the crisper for not even a day. And that shit was brown and almost like slimy and shit. So let's talk about that. Then you got no seed GMOs, organics, 95% corn GMO, country of origin, and I've got something for that exact thing right there. And let me run over my screen share real quick if I can. And that's going to be this right here. I want to go over this list with these ladies, and that is right here. I'll share this. This is 8 American foods banned in other countries from our country. These are the top 8 American foods, our crops, banned in other countries. Okay, so we're going to go over this. I will definitely go over this list too. They do. Instant stuff.
I have a list of them.
Instant stuffed mashed potatoes, Skittles, Twinkies, Pillsbury biscuits, bread and potassium, high fructose corn syrup, American pork. Now, this goes in like chunks. It does not say all pork. Now, I've never even heard of this shit. It's called chlorinated chicken. What?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to share this, and you guys just do your thing.
Chlorine.
You guys just do your thing.
Matt, people clean their chicken with chlorine.
Baby, I don't clean my chicken with nothing but water.
Not bullshitting you. Yeah, they do. I don't even clean it. I just cook it.
You know what's really good? If you rub your chicken down with lemon juice. Use lemon juice. That's what they do in the Dominican where we keep the disease down. And so what they do is they cut the lemon in half and then they wipe it down over top of all the meat just before they throw it in the meat. Throw it in the pan. Yeah.
Yeah, Matt, that was the list that I was gonna talk about, but I want to talk about the history of origin, how they, what the laws and everything. That's what I have. So that was part of it right there was the list.
Well, I'm going to sit back, shut up, and I'll just be part of the chat. That's what I'm going to do. I will.
Where's the list? Bring the list back up so you can go through them, and then everybody will know what we're talking about. So they'll get
we're on number 4. Now 5.
I don't know. You have to put it back on. No.
Number 5 is the grocery store layout.
I got it, girl. I got it.
Okay. There you go. Yeah. So, yes, that's a good one. I love the origin ones, the banned ones, everything. Everything is exactly what we need to talk about. So Matt,
well, if we know, we know, right?
Matt, you want to go through the list, or what are you doing?
Yeah, we lost Matt.
We lost them.
No, I've got these images right here. These are the images I've got. That one. Let me speed this up. Hang on a second.
I want to go through the list too.
But I don't see. You didn't give me a list. I don't have a list. All I've got All I've got.
No, the list you were just on.
I just.
The list you were just on. You were
Okay.
going through it. So
Then
everybody can know
look.
what's
This is
going
your
on.
show. I'm gonna sit back, shut up, and chew my chew and drink my mojo.
All right. Well, you were reading the list, so
Yeah,
I thought you were going to finish it.
I'll
so
leave it right there.
I'll
Shut up, Matthew.
finish it.
Matthew, shut up. I will. I'm gonna be in the chat, Michelle.
No, you did good. I'm glad you brought this up.
I-
The grocery store layout, the banned foods, the sprays on produce, the food storage is going to be all so good. And then don't waste anything if you don't. I can give you some ideas on how to make your own, if we have time, on how to make some cleaners and get rid of your cleaners, every bit of it, and your body
That's
stuff.
got trialphyllene glycol in it too. So you're putting antifreeze all over you're dusting the table with some antifreeze in it. Or you're cleaning your countertop and it's got antifreeze in it. That's from, I know. Excellent, guys. God bless you.
All right. I'm going to go to we'll still talk about the rotted foods. We'll go back to number 1 because there was seeds growing inside, actually, in the apples. They're growing inside, so that means that they're not controlling it. So they're putting it in too late on our shelves. I believe they're putting this food out way too late. It's sitting around, and we're getting the end of it, and they're doing it purposely, and people know it's all rotten really fast. Nobody can do anything about it. So that's why we grow our own, or I don't know what else to do from there for the grocery store, or even the going to buy it out outside, at the farms and stuff when they have that, when you're buying it outside of the stores. That seems very fresh because it's right around the season. But all the other foods, who knows where it's coming? Well, we don't know if it's local or not. They have no names on it.
Or it came out of a container from China.
So we're going to talk about the origin on number 4, and that will be part of it because it's absolutely unbelievable. I mean, it shouldn't be rotten. It's worse now since the new administration, I believe. And that's it. I'm not pretty much all I got on that for number 1.
Well, there's the APO coating, and what it is it coats the outside of it. So the outside looks perfect, but inside it rots. Exactly. Then there's the color dye. Then there's the color dye that they do on some of them to make them brighter. Your lemons are brighter yellow or whatever.
Yeah.
And then there's the wax coating. But go back to the wax coating for a second. It's a natural wax that all apples make. They make their own natural wax. But everybody's thinking yes, they do. Apples have a natural wax on them.
We'll talk about that on the sprays for the produce because I have so much to tell you about, and then we could talk about that wax because there's
2 different types. Now there's that one, and then what they do is with that is the natural wax. It doesn't even get sprayed on. The plant actually creates that, the fruit. So, but what happens is they spray that with color. So when you're melting it off, that's why the color comes off redder.
Yeah.
Because they have dyed it.
Right.
Yeah.
So if we want to go to number 2, is there's no seed, just the same thing as we're talking about, but about the changes in food. But you're really good at, Norma, talking about the GMO foods and why they made it into GMO foods here, and it's all a natural process of just taking something out. And if you want to talk to everybody about that, because there's no seeds in there purposely. They're trying to get 1 seed, and then they'll use that apple because they have only 1 seed, so it breaks it right down to not having almost any seeds. So that's the process for that. But when it comes to oh geez, I just got out on the video. Wanted to watch it. But Norma, I would like you to talk about that, about the GMO and how they make it into that and everything about that. And it's really, I'm going
to talk about the heirloom seed, which is the original.
Yes,
and then I'm going to talk about the hybrid, which is the natural plant transition. It's not DNA manipulated, a hybrid. It's not. It's bred from one genus to another genus of the same plant that changes different things, and that's how they made sort of the bell peppers. But what they're doing is putting mRNA, which is a totally different strain of a DNA that's in the GMO. That's why it's becoming GMO, because they're putting fish DNA into an apple. Actually, they've been putting fish DNA into a tomato for a long time. But yeah, if you look when you cut your DNA, you cut your tomatoes. If they're not symmetrical, because of the frequency of the earth and the frequency around, they're not symmetrical. They probably already have a GMO in them, and it can be a fish. So
how long has it been in GMOs? We knew we had.
Well, the government knew. Okay, so the government knew in 1934. The government knew from the Department of Agriculture that the soil was mineral deficient. Right?
Wow.
And at that time there, it was too expensive. The farmers didn't, you know what I mean? They didn't support the farmers or whatever. It was supposedly too expensive to put any more minerals in it other than the three to grow plants, which is the nitrogen, the phosphorus, and the potassium. So this is why the GMO was easier to grow, but it's a double-edged sword because they cannot regrow the seeds.
Right.
And after, if it can go to seed, after 3 crops, it will go back to heirloom. And they don't want you to know that. Yes. Yes. So, you know, like there's hope, you know, because nature's amazing. We heal ourselves and the body, and the plants are going to heal themselves too. But when you get the head of cabbage and you cut into it and you got this big black ball inside of it of goo, and you're thinking, what is this? Because they put it in it. They've been injecting this shit through the production plants and not.
So they're saying GMOs. I'm sorry, they say GMOs.
Well, there's
are
GMO.
just as healthy as regular. Like they say GMOs are the same as regular. All the food they've been growing all these years.
Because there's also the poisoning with the GMO on the plants when they grow in the fields, which is the Roundup, which makes them GMO as well, because they have that Roundup in them because they sprayed all the wheat at the same time, because only half of the fields were green and the other half had already turned brown. They sprayed the whole field with Roundup, so it all browned, so they harvest the whole thing. And that's where that spray, it gets in what it does to the bug, because supposedly it's a parasitic. It's to kill a parasite, which is the bug, and it blows out its intestines. But what it gets when it does to us, ileitis, colitis, the gluten intolerance, leaky gut, all that is caused from the GMO.
Ladies,
the grains that happen to our bread. Yes, go ahead.
Ladies, I got to interject here. Because here's the thing. You know, I am the devil's advocate. I am and as you're talking, as you're talking, I'm looking up things, right? So again, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just sharing because, you know, if it's on the internet, it's true.
We're all here to learn.
All right, so here's the thing, right? I'm gonna share a screen.
Even if they lie.
We got a fish and a tomato, right? It says, how do you get this fish into the tomato? And they're like, Photoshop, that's how. And this is by GMOanswers.com. It says no GMO. I'm just telling you, please don't kill me. Don't shoot the messenger. It says no GMO crops that you eat contain animal DNA. So if I minimize this and I go over to, again, don't shoot the messenger.
Oh my God.
Please hang on. Let me find it. Nope, wrong screen. Again, this is the funny thing. Hang on. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna go. Good question. What are the good and the bad things about fish DNA in tomatoes? And that somebody said. Their answer, community manager of GMO.com says, While there are many images online featuring fishy tomatoes, there are in fact no GMO tomatoes commercially available today. That means that there are no GMO tomatoes commercially available with fish DNA in them. Now, finishing this, it says there's quite a bit of misinformation about the GMO crop on the internet, particularly that there's a spooky fish DNA in tomatoes that is designed to mislead and or scare consumers. It says, in this response, we'll clear up some misinformation provided by you and provided with you by the top 3 things that you need to know about GMO fish, the mythical fish GMO tomato. All right, so let me finish this, okay? Because this ain't long. Number 1, it says there was once an experimental. Here we go. There was once an experimental tomato that contained a gene from a winter flounder to increase the tomato's resistance to frost. Now, just keep that in mind. But there was no tomato ever commercialized, it says. It says Fran Castle helped to answer this similar question about the GMO. Okay, so number 2. No commercial GMO crop on the market today contains animal gene or DNA from any source made up of any basic 4 basic nucleoside building blocks or AC, and we're talking DNA. Number 3, there aren't any genetically modified tomatoes on the market. It says, this is what it says. Do I believe this? Probably not.
They do that.
Of course. So
they lie.
Let's scroll up because if you read that paragraph before, they're saying, well, we haven't put it out in the public.
Where's this at?
Yeah.
Scroll back up in your stuff that you were reading there.
I am.
Number 1.
Go back up one right there. And, they're once experimented. There was once an experimentation. It's number 1.
Right. Okay. Right.
In 2015.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then it went dark because everything went dark.
Well, sure, of course, but again, I mean, I'm just look, I am just sharing with you. We are a fact-based thing here, so I'm just clearing the air.
I don't know if it's fish, but I know that they have done something with the tomatoes. Because there's definitely.
Can I tell you something about all that, Matt?
Again, honey, I'm not throwing you under the bus. I'm just sharing. I'm just clearing up the air.
Matt, can I tell you what they're doing? They're putting on stuff to make it look like we're going crazy. Because 1 minute we're reading one thing, next minute they're saying it's not real. Oh, you are conspiracy theorists. So they're trying to put as much out there to mess us up.
I get it.
And they're doing a good job.
Shell, I get it. Okay.
They're doing a good job.
But I had to share that.
There's
okay.
GMO answers. One just dropped in the chat. You dropped the GMO answers.
That was me. I just dropped it.
Yeah,
in there.
but I'm wondering who owns them too. Yeah.
Well, we can find out. I can do a who is while you guys continue your show.
Yeah, if you don't mind, it's out of my curiosity because usually I go back and it ends up at a radio station guy or something.
I will do the who is. So you guys continue your conversation. I'll do the who is on this. But I found it interesting, so I had
appreciate it. No, hey, if I know, I know.
So we're pretty much done with the corn or the GMO, and everybody knows it's here. And if they want to eat it, eat it. If they want to eat something,
the corn and the bread.
GMO, you can go other places that doesn't say GMO on it, and everybody's gonna just eat it. Okay, so.
But still, even if it doesn't, the thing is, a lot of the bread doesn't say GMO on it.
Oh, wait
because
till you
they
hear about
sprayed
the
it.
bread.
I know.
Wait till you hear about bread. Got one good.
So I think we're.
So number 3 is the corn. You know what it's all about. The glyphosate. It's got everybody not having babies. The chickens can't even have babies. So don't eat the corn anymore. I haven't eaten corn. I love it though. I love popcorn, and I don't care. It could be organic popcorn, but still, it's like a mess for our gut.
Here's something though. See, one of the banned countries. I know it's one of our things we're going to get into, but one of the banned countries is Dominican, and they banned the seed, the GMO corn seed, but they still process the GMO U.S. crops of corn.
Huh? Oh,
Yeah.
do you guys remember many years ago they said we don't have any even the heirloom or nothing because they have all the seeds up at the moon. Remember? They were talking
Well,
about
I don't know if they're on the
the
moon.
seeds of the moon.
There's a big vault up in Finland. It's got a lot of seeds.
All right, so we're going on number. The county of origin is unbelievable, and I gotta just ramble off on this, and then
Go
you can
for it.
fill in if you want. It's crazy. Ready? In
Go ahead.
2002, there's 2002, 2003, and 2015. They were modifying it and all that. They didn't get it right, but the 2002 is when they started it, and it was for fresh beef, pork, and lamb. The Farm Security and Rural Investment Act Farm Bill. Of course, we want to know where everything's coming from. So that's when they started it. And then the second time they did an exemption on it, on processed meats. And then they did it in 2008. They included more into this code requirement. And, and that was it. But then 2015 hit. I don't know what's going on. Somebody must have yelled about this in 2002. And they're just kind of working through it. So 2015, there was the Cool Act. I don't know. I guess it's the way they keep it cool to bring it places. I don't know. COOL. So the Congress repealed the original Cool Act for beef and pork as part of the omnibus budget bill because of a series of WTO rulings that prohibited labels based on country of origin on some products. So WTO owns us. They own our food. They tell us exactly what's going to happen. They don't care. So then the Geneva, Switzerland is the one that's regulating all of this, believe it or not. They got 164 member states representing over 98% of the global trade and global GDP. The cool regulations exist for all other covered commodities such as fresh fruits, raw veggies, fish, shellfish. It goes on and on. And let's see, the labels in place coincide with high nominal prices paid to, paid to the cattle producers. The cattle producers. So what happens is the the WTO makes the money, not the cattle producers. And, it's the way it goes. And then they subsidize the farmers. They zero out. They don't do any farming, and they get paid. So other countries make the money. So the farmers have land to make food, but it's subsidized, and they don't have to put nothing on it, and they get paid. Plus, other countries get paid. It's absolutely unbelievable. And if anybody wants to know any more about that origin thing, if they don't understand what I just told them, or everybody, can you please ask me questions? Because I don't know if it sounds, I'm just reading from my notes. And it's all about the trade. And if you notice, when you go look for nuts and seeds and all that stuff, you'll have like 5 different places that it came from, and in the middle is China. So,
well, ladies, I got an
the
answer
labels
for
are
you.
really and that's all it is. It's really just the WTO owns us, our food. They tell us what to do with it.
I've got answers
The
for
World
you.
Trade Organization.
You guys were asking me who owns
What?
these websites, right? So
Hey, can you
Yeah.
speak up a little?
no, I can't because I'm literally I'm in the cherry patch on my end. I'm literally it's not me. I promise.
All
All right, so check this
I'll
out.
listen well.
It says I'm going to go over here and I'm going to share my screen with you guys. Okay. So who actually owns GMOanswers.com or whatnot? GMO Answers is a marketing and personal relations campaign for pesticide companies. It says posted August 31st on 2020. GMO Answers is a build as a forum where consumers can get straight answers from independent experts about genetically engineered foods as well as pesticides. Some journalists have taken it seriously as an unbiased source. Okay, but the evidence says that GMO Answers is an industry-funded marketing tool spin for GMO positive. So now, let's go look at who owns the website. So you can like literally see it. Okay, this is on whois.com. So I'm going to scroll up to where you can see. The organization is known as U.S. Right to Know. The state of origin of this company is California. Country, U.S., of course. So we've got domain usrightoknow.org, which we'll click that here in a second, and I'll open up another tab and go there. But never mind. Here we go. Whois.cloudflare.com, meaning that it is behind one hell of a good firewall, okay? Meaning us little smart brainiacs can't like hack into their shit and take it down. Nevertheless, we've got Cloudflare.inc right here. Register abuse. Now, the registered name. This was what I found really, really interesting, everybody. The name of the client is redacted for their privacy. All the way through this. Their name, their registrant, street address, redacted, city, redacted. Okay? Now, mind you, this is a public, this should be, all of this is redacted. Tech support. Tech support, redacted. Right? State of organization, redacted. So, they've got their shit secure, okay? The name of the server is, in other words, again, you'll have a hell of a good time, even if you put together a good botnet, all of you hackers out there. We all know, all of us know, that Cloudflare is pretty, you'll have your ass handed to you the moment you try. Anyway, I'm going to go, okay, we'll go over here to, let's see what this USKR.org is. U.S. Right to Know. Let's go click About Us, right? It says U.S. Right to Know is a nonprofit public health research group. So let's take this one. Let's take another step initiative. We go back to who is. I'm gonna say I want to see who the hell owns this. So here we go. Oh, I guess it's nobody, right? U.S. Nobody owns that. In fact, it's saying it's not even giving me. You guys see what I'm doing? You can literally watch what I'm doing.
Oh, they do this everywhere. They do this everywhere. There's places you can click on, and you bring other places. It's crazy.
This just says it is unavailable, and it's not giving me the who is info. That's great. That's great right there. You can buy. You can't even buy it. It says it's unavailable, and I can't even get the information on it. What the fuck? This is not right.
They've been doing this with a lot.
There we go.
They've been hiding a lot of stuff. They've been doing this to us, so don't be surprised when we're searching for things.
All right, so here we go. U.S. Right to Know, the registrant, contact information, once again, California, country of origin, U.S. USRightToKnow.org. Yeah. Again, protected by Cloudflare.
I think the air came out of the balloon.
Oh, yeah.
I think the air came out of that balloon. Thank you.
So here again, once again, we got the registrant. Now, mind you, this is a what? This is a nonprofit. Registrant is redacted for their privacy. The registrant's name redacted for privacy. Their state. Oh, well, they showed you.
This is just another blue man.
Well, of course.
Like with all the little silver, the blue man.
You're right. All of this shit is
just another way to.
All it's hidden.
Yeah.
Every single one. There you go.
He didn't eat too much. That's why.
You asked.
He got paid to do that. He bathed in it. He did it in silver. He did the silver with salt. You put silver and salt together to pull into your cells. But he did so much of it but he died actually of a car accident, or he didn't die of any infectious disease or anything. When they said when they did the autopsy, his body was beautiful inside, healthy.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, nice. Hey, so thank you, Matt, for that. See, this is what happens when we run into this stuff when we're doing research. A lot of these organizations aren't even real. They are ghost agencies, aren't they? All right. So what number are we going on? We are done with the origin. We're done, but that is pretty crazy. We do not have no say about any of that really. But we're gonna go on the grocery store layout because we got some chemicals to go to and stuff. This is really, we gotta get going on this. Wait till I get to the sprays. Oh, so the grocery store layout. I don't know. Does anybody want to talk about that?
Well, it's just you're healthiest when you walk in, as you say, the fruit, vegetables, but they've also have been tampering with that as well. And then you get into your meats and your cold cuts and bakery, because that's all your smells. So it smells. It brings you closer into the store because of the smell of the bakery and that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then you get in. Yeah. Go ahead.
I have something I would like to share and talk about. I truly do, and it fits right into what you guys are talking about. I want you ladies to go over something that was shared with us growing up, and that's this beautiful little thing right in front of your face, right here. Can you guys see this?
The grocery store list?
Nope.
Oh yes. Yeah, Harvard did a better one.
Right there. I would love for you guys to talk about this. The food pyramid.
Yeah.
Because you got to remember, growing up, I'm 48. You guys are a little bit older than I am, but I want to share with you. We were literally thrown these things down our into this thing right here was thrown in our faces the entire time I was growing up. We had to have these things. Do you remember that?
Every year through school.
I have the Harvard one, the newest one. It's a little better, but I mean it's way better. It's okay, but this one is a joke, isn't it?
I don't know. It says
it's a diabetic diet.
It's
oh my gosh!
It's leading to diabetes.
I mean, I can make this bigger. You want me to make this screen a little bit bigger so you can see it, or can you see it?
Isn't it funny how they make it into a pyramid? Isn't that funny?
Fats and oils, sweets, milks and yogurts, 2 and 3 servings. Come on, you would be a fat ass. I'm just saying. If you followed this pyramid, we would be unable to get out of our chairs. I'm serious. We would then be like
with mineral deficiencies.
Well, that too.
Diabetes, cancer.
But
they wouldn't talk about minerals, but,
right? And then bread.
They wouldn't put minerals on name on it.
We have to talk about minerals.
Bread, cereals, rice, and pasta.
Nobody's getting out of here alive.
6 to 11 servings. You're talking.
Well, I mean, they wouldn't put any vitamins or anything on there. They don't teach you about any of that on there. They just show you food.
But usually, those apples and that, they would be great if their soil has the minerals. But because back in 1934, the U.S. government informed that the soils in the U.S. are mineral deficient. We're informed that by the agriculture. And they only use 3 minerals. They only use 3 minerals, where we run on 90 minerals. How do we make what?
How do we survive? I mean, come on.
90 minerals. Fulvic acid, shungite. We start ashing our fields. We can use potash, different ways. There's salts. They desalinate the salt. They take the sodium out of the salt in any of the seawater, and it's all the minerals we need. And the plant, you just put that around the plant. How I do is I go get a multi-trace mineral supplement for cattle, and I put a teaspoon of that in my water, and that's it. I don't need to ever again.
I'm going to do that. I have never thought of putting minerals. I was just, you were talking about it. Wow.
Yeah, I mean minerals, because we run on 90 essential minerals in our body. We need 90. It doesn't matter what you eat, to be honest. Anything in a grocery store, if it doesn't have it, you're not going to get it. And one of the biggest ones, diabetes, because diabetes is chromium, and chromium used to be in bread till they bastardized the wheat.
Right. Well, I think we're going to get to the bands. What one? Number one, numbers on the band. The band food. We pretty much. You brought up the one thing on that.
Yeah, Russia.
I'm gonna,
Well, Russia just released that they won't do the mRNA. They won't take the mRNA injected foods in Russia.
great. No,
Yeah, so they
those are
banned
not-
it. So
They're not doing. Here we are. Ready?
yeah.
All right. I have every one of these here that Matt just showed on that list, and there's some really interesting stuff with the bread. So the Gatorade is BVO, is brominated vegetable oils in it. It's Europe Gatorade and banned it, and let me see, because it has the yellow 5 and 6 in it. The Swiss roll is red 40 and causes ADD. The Debbie cakes, those are the ones, the Swiss rolls. They got palm oil and a high fructose. We know everything has high fructose corn syrup, okay? But they have the EU warning labels on the Kellogg's. They got the Kellogg's Rice Krispies, the Frosted Flakes. They have the BHT, and that's in cosmetics, rubber products. Yeah, you're eating BHT in the Kellogg's Frosted Flakes, and it's a rubber product, and it causes cancer. So then you got Skittles. The EU carries a warning label because it's got yellow 5 and 6. The Tostitos cheese dip has yellow 5 and 6. Oh, you guys are not going to like this, but the mac and cheese has the yellow dye. And I should have wrote down what all these do, but I'm going to keep going. The Mountain Dew, the Pop-Tarts, everything. The blue B1. And then they got the breads. I'm going to just go right down them. I'm just going to read them, and you guys can all talk about the breads. You don't want to know. They put this stuff in there called, I'm going to read it. Don't know I'm going to say it right, but here it goes. AZD carbonide. It's used for making yoga mats. So the spongier the bread is, the more yoga your mat you are. It's absolutely unbelievable. So then, let me see what else we got. Oh, and then if they put potassium bromate for fluffier breads, and it causes asthma. Europe, China, Canada, South Korea, Nigeria, Brazil, all banned breads, U.S. breads. Okay, now I can go to the dairy. I don't know if anybody wants to stop me, but I'm going to keep going. The dairy, oh my gosh, it's got recumbent in it. It's got a bovine growth hormone, RBGH. It's got bovine somatotrypin, that's RBST. It's all lab created, and it's naturally, listen to this, they're lab creating it, but it's naturally produced by the cows. They're lab creating this. So there's no commercial dairy products outside of the U.S. Nobody buys any of our milk. Nobody. And we're the only ones stuck with this. So I just had to read that. If you guys want me to say it again, I won't, but all right. So I think there's one more. The meats, pork.
Well, so actually, they asked a question on the wall. Can I answer it?
So I have one more left. I have just a couple things left. It's just 3 things, and then we can go. Right, ready? Meat most. The meat. Pork has ractopamine to fatten up the pigs. Synthetic growth hormones banned. Denmark, here's a new one. Denmark has banned M&Ms, fries, certain fries, Mountain Dew, Fruit Loops, coffee mate, ginger ale, Gatorade, Ritz crackers. And that's it. That's all I have on banned information. But what was the question now?
Oh, they were asking because I mentioned about the minerals, what they add. It's a multi-mineral supplement that you would give to cow, and then you just add that powder. It's spelled PECUTRIN, and we put a pinch of that in a soup, or a little trace in a cup of soup, or a tablespoon in a pot of chili, and that that's a way to supplement. We did that in third world countries to help supplement for mineral deficiencies.
Ladies, I want to share something
Yeah.
real quick. I think that this is a good time to jump in with this. I pulled up something and I want to share it with you. So you're gonna hear this. You're gonna hear this while I share this. Okay? Is that all right? And that is. Let me make this screen bigger. But just we've all heard that it's coming. We've all heard that this is coming. I'm gonna play this, and then I want to get your take on this. Okay? Hang tight.
Would you eat this? It's meat, but I guarantee you it's like no meat you've ever seen before. That's because this stuff was grown from cells in a lab.
Clean meat is meat grown by cell culture rather than grown by an animal. From a scientific perspective, it's awe-inspiring.
Lab-grown or clean meat is slaughter-free and potentially more eco-friendly because it uses less land, water, and energy. At least, that's the promise. Okay, we know what you're thinking.
That's nasty.
Ugh, doesn't sound right.
I'm not really into like lab-made things. It's unnatural.
It just seems off.
But if the scientists growing this stuff can overcome the ick factor, clean meat could help feed our growing population in more ethical and sustainable ways.
People will get used to clean meat in a hurry if it tastes right, if it feels right. If it doesn't, it's going to be a monumental thing to overcome.
We visited a startup in San Francisco called Just. It's one of several companies trying to bring clean meat into the mainstream. They say they'll be ready to take a product to market by the end of the year.
This is this big idea that you can manufacture meat in an entirely different way.
The big question, of course, is how does it taste? We were hoping to taste it for ourselves, but they told us it wasn't ready for public consumption. So instead, we watched as their CEO ate a clean chorizo taco.
I mean, right now I'm going to be the judge of it. Ultimately, the judge of this is millions of people that are eating it. It's really good, man. I mean, I think the important part is, does it pass the threshold, A, of is it really good? It does. And B, does it pass the threshold of is this meat? And it does.
For now, we'll just have to take his word for it. But they assured us that this is actually meat. So how do companies grow it? First, technicians take a small amount of tissue from an animal, then filter it and isolate cells that they can grow. That means providing warmth and oxygen, as well as feeding them salts, sugars, and proteins, essentially tricking the cells into thinking that they're still inside their owner. The cells naturally replicate as they would inside the body, growing into something that looks more and more like food. But while they can grow muscle, fat, and connective tissue from these starter strains, the big challenge is building them in a way that recreates the meat you're used to.
Nobody's anywhere close to lab growing a steak. There's different types of muscle cells, connective tissue, bone, pockets that aggregate a lot of lipids and fat, and all of that plays into the texture, the taste, the aroma, the appearance, the functionality of something in a pan or on a grill. We're really far away from being able to create this matrix of different types of cells all doing their job.
Which is why you end up with something that looks more sloppy Joe than sirloin.
We don't want it to taste remarkable, we just want it to taste like meat. So if we're making chorizo, we don't want it to taste like A5 Kobe, we just want it to taste like chorizo.
Eventually, the goal for these companies is to produce more complex structures like a ribeye, or in the case of another startup called Finless Foods, a fish fillet.
Right now it's a scaling up problem. And our job is to change this into millions and millions of tons of that.
What we do is we create non-vegan, non-vegetarian, real fish meat without the mercury and without the plastic, without the environmental devastation, and without the animal cruelty. This technology really comes in two pieces. The first piece is growing these cells out in a way that is efficient and also something that tastes as good as possible. Part two is taking those cells and giving it the same structure and feel and look of meat.
That might be a bigger challenge than it seems, thanks to the so-called uncanny valley effect. In robotics, that's our discomfort with humanoids that are close to being human, but not 100% there. That same principle applies to meat.
The uncanny valley of meat and with food in general is when you get to something that's a highly sophisticated imitation, but not quite there, it forces your brain into a very small window of context where you say, I'm convinced I'm going to be eating a chicken nugget. This better behave exactly like a chicken nugget in every way, shape, or form, or I'm going to freak out. because I am very in tune with what to expect. We are hardwired to make sure that we're not ingesting poison. We're hardwired to make sure that we're not ingesting something that has been contaminated or something that's even low in calories. Your brain is going to pick every possible nit that's there because that's its job.
But if clean meat companies can pull it off, it could fundamentally change our relationship with meat. For example, Just is also working on a clean meat version of foie gras. That's the controversial delicacy made by force-feeding a duck or a goose until its liver swells up to 10 times its normal size. A practice so controversial that it's been banned in California. But this is the guilt-free version.
And this is remarkable.
And it makes sense that they're starting with foie gras, since the structure is pretty simple. And here's where it gets interesting, because while science still needs more studies to determine if this stuff will actually be more eco-friendly than factory farming, it's pretty clear that it will be better for animals. Even some vegans are okay with the idea, including the folks at PETA, People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, an organization that isn't known for compromising.
People are surprised that a vegan would eat lab-grown meat or that PETA would support the idea of lab-grown meat. But you know, I think it really makes a lot of sense when you consider that for vegans and for PETA, you know, our mission is to eliminate animal suffering.
But there is at least one big ethical hurdle for clean meat. To culture the cells, typically you've needed to feed them serum made from animal blood, which is not exactly an ideal basis for a more humane form of meat. On top of that, serum is insanely expensive, and so is the final product. The first ever lab-grown burger, which was unveiled in 2013, cost around $330,000 to grow. At Finless Foods, they've gotten as far as croquettes, which contain their fish, but also a whole lot of potato, and that's largely due to cost.
When we first started this project, we created our initial prototype, our fish croquettes that we made back in September. That was about $19,000 per pound. Since then, we've come down to about $7,000 per pound and are continuing to drop it.
All right, ladies, what do you think of that? Let me ask you.
Well, Miss Roundtree's on the money about that because it's messing up with all of the systems in our body, even our to be able to replicate everything because it's all synthetic. Good luck. I think I need to throw up. Excuse me.
I know. It's so unbelievable that, well, you know what? They can eat it, the vegans. They don't need to shove this stuff down our throats and eating bugs.
Well, the vegans is bad because the vegans, you show me a 100-year-old vegan. There isn't, because the prion to the brain is the meat prion. And whether it be through egg, which is the stem cell of it, or whether it be through, usually it's through the lard. But the meat prion for the brain, over time, they also are getting digestive as well. Over time, they have problems with proper digestion of their actual food because of the myths of the myth of those proteins that you get in the carnivore diet, but not the carnivore diet either. I don't know. I got an 81-year-old uncle that eats 6 eggs a day, and I tell you, he can mentally run around me in a heartbeat. So
I could eat 6. I love eggs. I have 3 eggs a day. My chickens give me.
Amazing. Well, think about it. Everything in that shell is and will be. So it's a stem cell. It feeds all the stem cells, and it's because of the packaging it's in, it's easy for us to absorb, and yeah.
It's an amazing subject, though, because they're gluing the meats together, fake meat.
The growing.
You could tell. I'm sure you could tell. I look at some of these steaks these days, and they're even. I found a great butcher. It's like aged meats, and I'm eating them too, and they're great. And I'm not happy with any of it, actually. I don't know about it, but beef. There's something about beef.
I found a small farm, and I deal with them for the meat, and they don't vaccinate or any of that stuff, and and the animals aren't crowded in to pens where they can't move or anything like that. So people are going to have to look back at maybe the farmers and see if there's someone close by, Amish or another farmer But the thing is, in the United States, you were saying about the incentives not to put anything on their land is actually a payout to a lot of them because of the high overhead stuff that happens to the farmers on the other side because they don't make the money at the market.
Did you see the one video I put out? It was with Joe Rogan had him on. He was he owned a cattle, and when you go to Fresh Market, they make their steaks sound like they're so great. Oh, this is number 5, 1 through 5, but there really isn't. Really, it's like degrading the farmers because they're probably giving them number 1, 2, or giving them 1, 2, 3, and then they never give them the high end of the meats, you know. And then it's a joke. It's the guy was talking about how they make a joke out of it. It's really, and now fresh. I mean, these markets are the healthy markets. I walk through there, and I don't know about it. I think half of it's a joke.
Yeah, it can be. Yeah, because your supplements. Yeah. I found a magnesium supplement with pliosylene glycol in it. I found other supplements with titanium dioxide in it. So really, you read your labels, and those are the supplement side. So,
ladies,
go ahead.
You mentioned the Joe Rogan thing. So I looked through this, and you've got a 12-minute video on Joe Rogan. I can't play the entirety of it. We've got a commentary on it. So is there parts of this that you want me to share, or what?
Oh no, I'm just telling you about it. The other one you could put on, it's short, but the Joe Rogan's a good one, because the guy is actually just talking about how they just.
How about I share that since it's really a 12-minute video? Okay, this says rejuvenative farmer Will Harris on Whole Foods and greenwashing.
Greenwashing it's called.
Again, this is a 12-minute video, so you're either going to have to give me some parts of it or something, because I can't. They won't let me play the entirety.
Yeah.
I can drop it in the chat. You want me to drop it in the chat? Let me do that.
I don't know if I can cut it.
Well, drop it in the chat. Drop it in chat so at least anybody else can grab it.
Right. So it's coming at you now. I just dropped it. And the other video that you've got to share, Mish,
the Joe Rogan Experience.
Shit. Yeah. Is Idaho legislator introduces. Hang on. This is a 2-minute video.
It's like a yearly occurrence.
And this talks.
That's a short one. That's a good one.
This automatically come up with a COVID-19 vaccination information something. So obviously this has got something to do with the vaccine in it.
What about the 2 that I dropped you? There's 2 quick TikToks. One's 37 seconds. One's 36 seconds.
Trying to put this broadcast together and get things. Hang on.
I know.
Let me play this. Hang on and go back to and share it to where you guys can hear what's going on.
You know, it's the lady talking about it.
What?
She's talking about the vaccine in the food in Idaho's. This is back in 2015. If you want to just post it on there and don't play it, because so just post it, because if you don't want to play that one, then you're right, because that's.
I'm just saying. I mean, I'm not trying to get you guys.
If anybody wants to know about. No,
so
don't get us in trouble. No, we don't want to get kicked off. So just post that. Yeah, there. If you post it, it'll be good.
All right,
people can watch it.
So coming at you guys
Idaho
in the chat.
Introducing a bill to prohibit vaccine or vaccine material in food. That's what it's about. It's Senator Tammy Nichols talking about it.
Right.
She's Republican. And there you go. So if you want to see that one. But
all right, I'm trying to find.
You know what I really want to get to?
Norma, I'm trying to find.
I want to get to sprays on the produce, because it's really, really good to hear. I mean, you have to hear this, because it will blow your minds. Because this one really made me where I don't want to eat anything. I don't buy from the supermarket. I don't. I'm trying not. If it's organic, yes, I have no choice, because nothing's. I haven't grown my garden yet. So, are you ready for the sprays? on the produce?
Go for it. Let it rip.
Oh my God. These names, I'm going to just hatch them. They're going to be cut up, but I'm going to try the best I'm going to do here. Sodium orthophenylpinate. It slows the rate of molds in produce. This is being sprayed on. Everything that I'm telling you about is sprayed on while they're growing it, and then when they harvest it, and then when we get it, before they bring it to the stores. So you got, this is a crazy one. I don't like this one. Thiabendazole. It's called TBZ. Causes Hutchinson's disease, hyperkinetic disorders. It's a treatment, actually, believe it or not, for psychosis, diverticulitis. No, it's not. It's dyskinesia. And then there's dystonia, there's tics, Tourette's syndrome. This is all what is for a treatment. And it's called TBZ, and it's sprayed on there. And that is meant, and I'm trying to think, did I miss something on it? It stops mold and rot. And it was, and it's been approved. So the sodium hydrochloride is a liquid bleach approved for organics. Malic acid hydroside is banned in Australia and Denmark and inhibits sprouting on tobacco, strawberries, tomatoes, corn, peas, garlic. They cut off the growth, everybody. They cut off the growth of everything too, so we can't grow it, you know, so it doesn't sprout. So everything is that way. Here's another one. I only have like 2 more. Sulfuryl fluoride, EPA it's called. It affects the wildlife, the air. It's phasing out. They're phasing it out. It's colorless. It's odorless. 1959. They used to use it for fumigation in the house, right? And it spreads through the air 4 to 5 years. It doesn't even get out of the air. So it's a sulfuryl fluoride, EPA, is a fumigation to control insects and mold. Xylene, dibromide, and methyl. It's all this in bromide. That's what they use for the fumigations too. Then we're going to go to the colors, and then I have one more after this. And then, you know, the colors, they spray the colors on the fruits. Has anybody ever seen that? It's mostly with sweet potatoes. You see it a lot. They're just really nice and beautiful, and who knows what else they spray it on.
Well, yeah, they make it uniform because then it's appeasing to the eye.
I have one more maltodextrin. It's absolutely, I'm not happy about maltodextrin. I heard about this about 6 years ago. It's higher in the glycemic, than sugar. And it's on all the products that say, you know, when it says the extra sugar on your package, you know, it says sugars, other sugars. That's the maltodextrin included in that. And the maltodextrin is, you wouldn't believe, it's in health food bars, it's in everything. And they don't have to list it. It's a synthetic starch, it's a carbohydrate, and it infects the blood sugar, insulin spikes. And so it's not required to be listed on anything. So they get it snuck in there somehow. That's why we all are overweight and obese, because they hide stuff. It has the adverse effects on the blood glucose regulation and metabolic health. It leads to obesity, insulin, everything. And the maltodextrin is produced by the hydrogenizing of the starch derived by corn, potatoes, wheat, or rice. So they're getting it from there. And they're giving it right back to us. and it's terrible, and it's
Ladies,
it's a harsh chemical.
ladies, may I ask?
Yeah.
Let me just say something here, because Tammy Bonham's got a really good statement, as well as Morgan Roundtree chimed in on this. Tammy's like, I don't even trust organic food. It's a gimmick, just probably to make more money. How do we know what's actually sprayed on it, even though they label it as organic?
Organic is our own garden. It's our own garden. That's organic. But when you go into the stores, of course, there's way less chemicals on the organic, and they have a lot of more microbes in the dirt for the organic. So you get more minerals, and you get more.
That's not true.
You get more nutrients from it. And I do not eat the other stuff no more. I know the difference because I've been eating the organic fruit. I will not eat the certain foods that are really pesticides.
Okay.
The only way they'll get the minerals, hey, Mish, the only way they'll get the minerals is if the minerals put into the soil where the plant is growing from. The soils in 1934 are mineral deficient, and 90% of these farmers are only using 3.
What?
They used to do potash and all sorts of, and cow manure and potash.
Right. Is this
they
why?
only use 3.
Is this why they say if to get the proper nutrients from a carrot,
You gotta eat a bushel of something.
Yeah, you've got to eat a shit ton of it, right? All right.
Because it's mineral deficient. Yes.
So here I found, ladies, I found your video. Okay, Norm.
You gotta get smart, everybody. We gotta get smart. We gotta start digging into things that have the minerals and nutrients. We gotta start ditching all the other stuff, focusing on what we're buying in our food. They have to. We just either gotta. Number one, I don't blame her about the organic. Everybody questions it. They know nothing about it, though. Most of the people.
But do you realize you can eat as much as you want of all of that, and that food, as long as you can absorb the minerals that are in it, and the minerals that aren't in it, you're deficient of. Okay.
Yeah.
So go back to the supplement, and all it is as simple as a sea salt, a little tiny bit on the tip of your finger, and a good sea salt under your tongue. Your body's fed. Then you can eat whatever, and over time, you'll actually lose weight and everything. You supplement the minerals because we're mineral deficient, the whole body.
I've been shoving the salted sea salt down everybody's throat.
Ladies, all right, halt for a second. Give me the microphone. All right, so I queued up Miss Norma's TikTok videos, right? So and I don't know what's going to come out of these. I want you guys will be able to hear them, but let me go over there and play this one guy first, and then I'll go over and play the second video. You will be able to hear it, so hang tight.
Of Japan has said that Frosted Flakes, Rice Krispies, Wheat Thins, Honey Bunches of Oats are all causing people cancer, and they will not allow these American foods into their country anymore. They have a potent toxin in them called BHT, butylated hydrotoluene. This chemical is a flavor enhancer that is meant to make these processed foods actually tolerable when you eat them. But Japan has a different idea. Why don't we just use real food that actually tastes good? So while countries around the world ban American foods because of how cancer-causing they are, we can still get them in our stores. Be careful. Look for the letters BHT on the side of the box. If you see it, put it back on the shelf. Do not buy these foods. The government of Japan has said that Frosted Flakes.
Damn. All right, so that's that video. Let me go over to the next video, which I do believe is.
Can I drop the mic now?
No, you just hang on a damn minute. Hang on. I'm trying. So that was that one, and now we're gonna go over to the receipt. Hang on a minute.
Yep.
All right. So this one's 36 seconds long.
There's the BHT I was telling you about.
They're not gonna like this one.
All right. So this lady's gonna show us a Whole Foods receipt. Okay. Hang on.
I want to thank Whole Foods for their bullshit choices. I've been spending $10,000 on their sourdough bread, thinking that it was the right food choice for my family. I go to the bakery, I put it in their little bread cutter, I cut it, watch it, slip it into the bag, put the sticker on it. Never really read the sticker. I got wheat, barley, that's as far as I got. Looked at it today. bioengineered ingredients. I just want to say a big F you to Whole Foods. This is the last time I'm shopping there. I'm done. Okay, you couldn't just spend $1 more maybe and just not get the cancer paint thinner ingredients?
Damn, Sam.
I want to thank
I guess you didn't read it.
Read your label.
Wow, right?
Hey, look at the first ingredient. Unbleached wheat, unbleached wheat flour.
All right, so now I'm gonna let me go back. I gotta stop sharing my
Can I
screen.
go back?
You can do whatever you want to do. I'm just trying to play your guys' stuff. Well, yes, ma'am.
I just want to finish this maltodextrin because this is
You're
what
right,
is in
Tammy.
This maltodextrin is in protein powders, baked goods, salad dressings, soft drinks, candy, dietary sups, electrolyte powders, baby formula, and artificial sweeteners. That's what that maltodextrin is, and it's sweetened even in baby stuff.
Well, that's where they
Making
get the childhood cancers, and we get the diabetes in the child.
Yeah, they got it in there. So if anybody sees other sugars, that's what it is. And I forgot to tell you guys that what is the fats? Oh, forget it. Just forget. I have to think of it. All right, we're gonna go to where are we now?
Don't throw that out. And I'm going to go first if it's okay.
Go on. I don't even know where we're at. We're at
Don't throw that out.
Throw what out?
Number 8. That's where we're at.
The banned foods. Yeah, we're pretty much done with them, right?
Yeah.
Are we done
The last
with
one,
banned
don't
foods
throw
as
that
well?
out. Can I go with this one for a minute?
Yeah, go on. Which one were you on? What are you doing?
Number 8. Don't throw that out.
Oh, that's not even, we're not even close to that one yet, are we? We're going to do food storage. Yeah, we got to do food storage, guys. And, but we're going to go to, yeah, we need
You got
food
food
storage.
storage in there. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You've changed the list since I printed this.
All right, we're all mad because we're rotten foods. We're getting rotten foods and everything's going so fast. Well, can I ask everybody, am I losing my mind? Are we all this stupid? But I really believe we are. How many years have we been buying food, putting it in the freezer, and writing the date that we put it in the freezer, instead of looking at the list that I gave you guys, how long the food lasts in there? So we're eating frozen stuff that actually has no nutrition in it after so long because we didn't even write it on there. Can you help me out? Are we this stupid?
No. I'm sorry. You that one's yours because that wasn't on my list that I got from you.
But
Go
I'm
ahead.
saying our sponge, we're putting it in the fridge and we're not even knowing how long it lasts, and we're eating it. And this is why we're doing something really wrong with that, because we spend all this money and we do not store it correctly. And we're eating it and it has no nutrition. And it has to do with almost everything we throw in the freezer. So I've included lists on how long it lasts, everything, and there's 2 lists I gave. And we don't write it on there. Oh, in 3 months, or, something. These aren't the frozen one. Is it both? Yeah. So 3 days, and look at it in the fridge even, in raw. It doesn't last long. And we want it to last the whole week because we have to get to the next paycheck or the next 2 paychecks. You know what I'm saying?
But there's lots of different ways you can do eggs. Like these are the 2 only ways that you've got for eggs, but you can you can dry them, and also there's lye bath that you can do for them.
You can put in salt.
And
you
they
can
last
take
for
eggs
a
and
year
put
on
them-
the counter. Yeah.
You can put them in a big
jar.
thing, salt, and leave them and they last forever. eggs last a long time when they're fresh. When you don't put them in the fridge, even if you don't put them in, you can put them in the fridge fresh, or you can put them in on the counter. They last a long time. Like, I don't understand. And you can freeze stuff. I freeze everything because I can't go through it all that fast. So when I buy it every month, I freeze my onions. I freeze everything, you know, everything you can cut right up. Your potatoes. Oh, let's talk about potatoes. Remember, everybody, I want to talk to everybody about years ago when, I swear when GMO came in, everything started looking really funky when you cut it open. It had all these veins and stuff. It didn't look real. Like it wasn't real. It had all these funky patterns inside of the food when you cut them open. And I noticed that. I don't know why they were growing that way. The way they're growing the fibers, I have no clue. I noticed that a lot in a lot of the foods when I cut them open, but mostly in potatoes. But you have to know about the plastic bags that we freeze with. You know how we're writing with a pen on there, our markers, and we're writing right on the plastic? I don't know how safe that is, but they do have markers that you write on there, I'm sure. Everybody writes with a regular marker.
Well, it's a particle exchange with the bag with the food too, because as soon as it freezes with the plastic, there's nanoparticle of plastic that can get into the food. I always wax paper, everything.
And then with the plastic bags, people are putting heated stuff in the plastic bags. Well, that is a no-no.
Oh yeah, that's
leaks right into it, right into the foods. But like I said, I cut up everything. You guys, you don't have to waste. It doesn't have to go to waste. I mean, I throw my lemons cut up in there. I put my everything in there: onions, avocados. Matt, remember you were talking about that? The avocados going fast. They freeze well. They freeze well. You don't even have to put lemon on. Just literally cut them, put them right in the freezer, and they'll be fine. You can put olive oil on it too. Olive oil on your avocados, so they don't go bad. What else we got? Oh, we're gonna save bacteria for the last thing, okay? Is that all right?
Okay.
I don't even want to talk about that, but
there's a fungus among us.
All right, so now we're going to number 9 or fertilizers.
Yeah, well, yeah, it says don't throw it out.
No.
So
don't throw out any of your stuff. You could do everything with it, like your pineapple peels. You can boil them. Everything you can do 24 hours. Boil them, like onions. You can boil them. Use the juice for your plants. And you can use, of course, eggs juice for calcium. You can boil all this stuff. Don't throw it out. You use what else? We got everything that you have at dinner. You could throw it in a pot and boil it down and use that water for your plants. You can use oranges. You can use that for cleaning stuff. You can use it's just so many things you can do. And look into it.
Let's go to the vegetables.
Well, hang on, because there's a question coming at you guys. Hang on, there's a question for you. Okay, hang on. Asking for a friend. Okay. Asking for a friend. Morgan Roundtree asks, I have a question. Are eggs better when brown or white? I prefer mine brown and organic. What do you say about eggs?
It doesn't matter. The egg is the chicken. They're going to have certain color eggs.
In the Dominican, I get white and brown eggs, and they're all free range. Depends on the chicken.
Oh, there you go. You
No
gotta get
different.
them free range. You gotta get them free range. You don't get them for $1.25. You know, $1.25. You know, the white ones, the cheap ones. Who knows what they're doing? What they're selling?
Well, there's
Yeah.
artificial eggs out there. I think there's something in that because they're coming up more rubbery and stuff. But let's go back to don't throw it out for a second, because I was going to say you take your romaine, the end of the romaine lettuce, and you put it in and let it grow up, and then put it out in a pot and ignore it, and it'll turn back to heritage, which is wild lettuce, which is a natural painkiller as strong as morphine.
Yes, I've grown the wild lettuce, made tincture. Yeah.
Yeah, and the other thing is your citrus peels, and that you take them and you dry them out, and once they're dry, ground them down, and you've got vitamin C.
Guess what I heard about
vitamin
that?
C. Yeah.
Guess what I heard about that? We're gonna hear all this stuff out there, but I've been doing that for a long time now. I dry all my stuff, even my avocado pits, everything, and I use them. I use everything, even my egg shells, everything. But with the orange peels, they said don't. Okay, we do it with lemon. We put lemon peels in our water, right? They said don't do it with the orange peels because they got the chemicals, certain chemicals in it.
I clean them. I always clean my fruit with boron. That's how I clean my fruit.
I clean it
because
very
boron
well.
is a mineral that our body actually likes too. So if a little bit of boron gets in us, it's for our benefit. It helps with people with arthritis. It moves the mineral wheel of all the different calcium, magnesium, boron, copper, zinc. It helps all that work through the body and helps remove inflammation is when you get onto the boron. You just need tiny bit.
I've been doing it, so I don't know. I put it in my tea. I dry them, and then I put them in my tea, you know, to give it some orange flavor, and I don't know. So everybody has to just think for themselves if they want to do it or not, any of this stuff. But
you can also use the orange peels and that, put it in with vinegar, and it becomes a cleaner.
Yes. And
you
then
use
you can
that regular white vinegar, and what's that? Go ahead.
Oh, and then you can compost everything we're talking about. Oh, here's another one. I make all my cleaning stuff, and I make all my face and body stuff. All right? So I boiled down the pineapple juice, and then you could freeze some of it. I've been spraying it on my face for about 2 months now. You guys wouldn't believe how soft my face is. It's like a toner, and I have not used anything on my face all winter. For 4 months, I used only a spray of pineapple juice and water. That's what that was. But it was boiled down, and you could do all this. It's real fun. And everybody says, I don't have time for that. I don't have time to do all this stuff, Michelle. What's the chickens? What's the chicken?
I got something about minerals. Can we go back to minerals for a second? Because when I was in the Dominican, oh, go ahead.
Go on.
Okay, when I was in the Dominican, we had a gentleman that we bought the milk from, and it was fresh milk from a cow. Anyway, and his turkeys started dropping dead, and we looked, and there was a little blood spot on the side of its head, and it was a copper deficiency. It's a sign of a copper deficiency, which is an embolism. So we went back and we took copper and made colloidal copper, which actually turns the water blue, and then we had him add that to all the animals down there, their water, just a little bit to each of the water, and that was the last day he lost turkeys for embolisms. So the mineral deficiencies. Well, we knew that. This is what I studied, is mineral deficiencies and the mineral wheel and that.
If anybody even realized the minerals.
Well, and everybody's been taking the zinc, and this is the problem with the zinc. Zinc pushes the copper out of the body, And that's why we're seeing strokes to increase because of that, because of the elasticin is now missing from that the copper makes in the body is elastic.
I'm the problem with that. I'm doing the spirulina, and it has 40% copper, and I'm doing
there you go.
Well, thank God, right? Because it's this.
As long as it's in the soil. If it's not in the soil.
Huh? What was that?
As long as it's in the soil, because if it's not in the soil, they can say it has copper, but how do you know for sure unless you know it's in the soil?
What, the spirulina?
What?
Or the spirulina I'm talking about is what the only thing I
Yeah.
I don't know what's in.
Spirulina grows.
I'm gonna check my soil this year and make sure it's right, because I'm just
look at fulvic and humic acid. It's one of the best. Add a bit of fulvic and humic acid to your watering for all your plants, and there's your trace elements. Celtic sea salt is a great way to get your minerals. Absolutely, Fern. I do mine sublingually, tiny little pinch, maybe about 10 crystals on the end of my finger under my tongue. If you get the minerals in your body, the rest of it is gravy, because your mineral wheel is what drives the body, runs the body. We run on 90 essential minerals daily.
Well, you know what's weird about that is I don't feed my plants minerals, right? So I've been feeding my plants banana water, and they've grown like forever.
That's
like
mineral.
They grew so fast. And then I was doing egg water, and you wouldn't believe how fast my plants have grown. I want to do more calcium in my plants, because this one guy in
okay,
Canada
let's go back to your. You said what was the water? You said banana water.
Oh yes.
Okay, that's
Banana
potassium.
water.
That's potassium. Yeah. That's one of the 3 that the farmers still use.
Well, the onions. Yeah, oh, come on, what is it? It's on the tip of my tongue. So I was using the onions too, water. And you can use anything, but really it's just, I just see that one guy on the internet, and I always watch him. He does it. He does all this stuff. So I just follow him. So, okay, is there anything else? Oh, yes. I want to get into talking about eating the seeds. This is a great subject, everybody. Everybody eats a lot of seeds, but there's certain seeds we can't. They say we can't eat apple seeds. Well, I'm eating the apple seeds. I'm only eating a couple out of my apples. You have to eat a lot of them, to have problems with it. So I don't know.
Ricin.
Huh?
It's ricin. The poison's ricin. And yes, you have to eat a lot of them to get.
They told us all this because, and even the stone pits, they told us this so we wouldn't eat any of them. And they make us more healthier than, like, eating the orange seeds are great. It's like so much vitamin C in just the pit. And the pith, the white pith is, everybody wants to drink juice, but you need the pith. You need that, the white, the stuff that's in between all there. You need all that, and everybody's just not eating that. They'll drink juice instead, so they're not getting that. And then another thing I eat is try to eat an apple seed that's organic. It tastes just like apple cider vinegar. It's so amazing. I just love the taste of them.
Well, let's go back to that apple for a second, because there's an amazing fast you can do with apples. You eat the whole apple, not one apple, but you get either Red Delicious or you get a bunch of Granny Smith, because those are your heirloom. And for the whole day, you just eat all the Red Delicious you want to eat. And if you want to eat the seeds as well, it's an apple pectin actual cleanse, and it cleanses you from your mouth right down through your butt.
Nice.
It cleans the whole body, and it's apple pectin. It helps clean the blood, helps remove any of this virus debris in the bloods. Yes, papaya seed does kill parasites. Papaya also does the digestive enzymes in the stomach, which is really helpful for people. Papaya.
What happens to the glucose, all the sugar, though? Can you eat all that sugar?
From the sugar? What do you mean from the? You're talking about from the apple?
Yeah.
It's a different type of sugar because you already talked about the sugar that everybody's not talking about, which is the monosodium glucose. That's the sugar that's causing all the problems. It's not the fruit sugars. Our bodies actually absorb and use the fruit sugars, but it's one day you do this. It's a total fast for the day. All you eat is just these apples, just one type, either Red Delicious or Granny Smith.
So
Instead of doing, it's a different type of fast.
If you have diabetes, you couldn't do this.
Yes, you could. Yes, you could.
Just have to check yourself, right?
It's the monosodium glutamate. It's the other sugar that's in our diet, that's in the foods. You already read that a while ago, Mish. That's the problem sugar. It's not the fruit sugar that's the problem. But everybody's, it's all sugar, sugar, sugar. We make sugar in our body as well.
Yeah. Yes. That's why I don't do sugar. I don't, and everybody's, oh, you got to have sugar. I eat enough sugar in my stuff. I have it in my fruits. I have my, monk fruit. I have monk fruit. I don't need, I have, like, a coconut has, we have a whole bunch of stuff.
Coconut is the best. Coconut sugar is the best sugar.
I love coconuts. It is great. It is great.
It is a very good sugar.
Other than the, I think that's pretty much, I hope we covered pretty good stuff. But bacteria, we got to get to that. But let me think. We covered everything.
Matt, you still there?
Are you falling asleep, Matt? Oh, so I think we got everything. Oh, when you go to compost all this stuff, if you're eating a lot of acidic foods, why don't you try to put a lot of alkaline in your compost? Because it might help because you want it more alkaline. Nobody ever thinks about that. Like, don't throw a lot of acidic stuff in there because your garden won't grow. So I'm just kind of putting that out there. That's all. So I think we're done. We're done eating the seeds. Did you know they said that when you eat a peach seed, there was a country, some little small area in the world that was eating them, and they lived to like 110. They all lived a long life because of eating them. All the stone pits they were eating. I'm like, I don't know. They tell us to stay away from all this stuff. Oh, you're showing a compost. Guess what? You know how to grow, let me see. What did I throw on there? My onions. Just roll the onions upside down when you cut them. Throw the one growing part down on. Just throw them on the compost and they'll start rooting. Then you can pick them off the compost and throw them in the garden. It works well.
Well, Matt, can I just throw a little plug for where people, if they're looking for information, what I talk about?
Ain't my show. It's your show.
Okay.
Go on.
There's the compost there. Okay. I'm a natural. My page is Natural Healing. I'm in Telegram. It's the ampersand with a capital HEAL, capital HOPE. Heal Hope is my. When you go into Telegram, you'll be able to find it. I post there. We have talk about different foods, different minerals, different vitamins, different how you can help heal your body in many different ways with food, essential oils, even frequency. Our body will go back to homeostasis after a 3-day fast. Most people don't realize that. If you have problems during a fast, you can take a sea salt. So I would be using sea salt when you're doing any fast. Frequently a little tiny bit, about 10 crystals on the end of your finger under your tongue, and lots of water gets you through it. Alkaline water is amazing, but you have to be careful when you play with the alkaline acid in the body because it's a very fine perimeter I let the body sort out the acid and the alkaline. Something like apple cider vinegar, when you drink it, once it absorbs to your blood, becomes alkaline. So the body will sort out the alkaline balance itself. And also that apple cider vinegar will prime the acids in your stomach for proper digestion. I always say try and get some apple cider vinegar just before you're going to eat a meal. Helps with digestion. Thank you.
Can I say one thing? I just started doing the alkaline drops, and I love the water. I'm doing the drops now in the water. Every cup I drink, and it tastes so good, and I feel great. So I don't know. I just started this. I just bought that. Okay. Go on.
Tammy, 3 days. Yeah,
So
well,
what do
the
you
alkaline
think?
drops. The only thing is I'm nervous about them. As I said, I don't mix with the alkaline acid balance. Let your body sort that out, because your mouth should be alkaline. Go ahead. Sorry.
It's made of potassium and sodium. That's all it's made of what I'm using.
Well, they're two wonderful things that the body uses. The sodium is for sodium goes into the pancreas to make the alkaline in the body, and the potassium actually helps with balancing of the heart. Different vitamins it works with as well.
Well, I'm continue to do it. I don't eat a lot of acid foods though. I should test my own. I'm going to spit into a tester and see how I'm doing. How's that? That would be good. Then I'll find out.
Get pH strips. Yeah, they're very cheap and inexpensive. Yeah, and check your saliva and then treat that way. But be careful though. I'm saying alkaline water is good. I'm not saying it's not good, but I would let the body sort out most of that unless you're doing something like cancer, and then I would do sublingual with alkaline, which would be the baking soda with a little bit of maple syrup.
That's what I was doing. The baking soda, I was doing a pinch in every cup, and I don't want to go over the amount, but you can do it half. You can do it half a teaspoon a day, or is it half a teaspoon? Everybody, or half a teaspoon? I don't know. I can't.
I wouldn't, because it can mess up your digestive system when you're doing baking soda. Anywhere during a meal is a no-no.
Yeah.
You could have baking soda just before you go to bed, but if you do take baking soda first thing in the morning, you should look at least a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar to reprime your stomach and your system for the day so that it's able to digest. Your stomach is a 100% acid bag, period. If you have burps or anything like that, it means the acid level is not right in your stomach. Your acid levels are not
ladies.
I used to do the apple cider vinegar, but that's almost alcohol. It's almost alcohol. So apples are almost alcohol. So that's why I kind of cut down on it, because I quit drinking almost 4 years ago. I just heard that and I just cut down on it.
Ladies, I've got to chime in on this.
There's a question.
Yes. Hold the damn mic, please. All right. So Miss Beverly's got a question. She's like, you should explain the different seed oils and how bad they are, and what are the good seed oils or good oils that you can eat and or cook with. That's a really good question, because let me say something about this.
Absolutely.
Because me being a guy, I didn't really give a shit about what I cooked with, right? So I'm literally just fry. This is for the guys. Stop frying everything in standard vegetable oil. Okay, from what I understand now, I go to olive oil or peanut oil. I know peanut oil is expensive as shit, so I can't buy it. But from what I understand now, they're either deep fry your things in peanut oil or 100% virgin olive oil. Now, take it away, ladies. I'm sorry. Sorry about taking this. Okay. Talk about this.
When you fry, it's called aged. Like if you eat fries, it ages your body. It's called AGE. I don't know what it stands for. They're aged foods, AGE foods. So when you fried foods and you're eating them, you're aging yourself. Fries are the worst on the earth.
Well, it's fermented oils. All the rest is fermented oils. Crisco is what was used. Crisco was originally made for was to grease the nuts in submarines. Bacon grease is number one with me, but I like coconut oil too. Go ahead.
How can you get oil out of a plant? Out of other things, there's plants, some that gives you oil, but where are you getting the oil? It's a lie. They call it that, vegetable oil.
It's made, it's actually made from the company, the petroleum company makes a lot of the processed oils, cooking oils, like the Vaseline and that too.
Yeah, I don't fry anything, and if I do, you'll use the olive oil. But
Matt, you're going to interfere. You go ahead. Let Matt get in there.
No, hell no. I already did. I ran in. I jerked the mic around. I was like, Tammy Bottom's like bacon grease. Absolutely, absolutely. Ain't nothing wrong with bacon. See, she just cut me off again. I'm done.
The best oil is lard. The best oil is lard.
Lard, I agree, but I love coconut oil too.
Oh, I love coconut oil. Yeah.
Popcorn and coconut oil. There's my downfall.
Yeah, I know. Organic though, corn. Organic. All right, so guess what? We're pretty much. Anybody else want to talk about the oils? The oils are a ripoff. You want to hear about
about seeds too. She said about seeds.
Can I tell you what I ran into with the oils, you guys? I was buying the Filippo one in a can. Well, I didn't know that olive oils go bad after 6 months. So you got to buy smaller bottles if you can't go through the whole thing. But I found out that the olive oil and that can didn't have a date on it. So we need to find out the origin of all these oils. They got to be in like California. They got to be where they I don't know, where do they have the oils? Where do they make oils? Italy. So they got Italy, and they got California, and what else? We got other places. There's not many. So when you look at your oils, a lot of them are not even 100%, of course. You have to be
fermented.
Really careful.
They're already fermented. 9 times out of 10, 90% of the oils out there are fermented, because any of the seeds, as soon as they're turned to oil, will ferment very quickly, unless they're pressure packed in a supplement. Then you may get a chance that they're not fermented, but 99% are fermented. And even the beloved olive oil is fermented. It doesn't have a shelf life. The oil that doesn't is coconut oil.
Right. Well,
and then
nobody's looking at the packages. It might say it's extra virgin olive oil, and it might not be. And people don't know. But look at the origin on there first, and then you got to look. You have to see that. There's a lot of mixes and all that. But I noticed that. So I returned it. It was like a $20, a $30. I don't know how much it went up to by then. Maybe I got $30 back from that can because I took it back to the store. And I told them there's no date on this. And I didn't know. I bought 2 of them. I didn't know. So be careful with that so you don't waste, your money.
Your vegetable oil, make sure it's diesel. Make sure it's a diesel engine for that vegetable oil.
We're just seeing the car.
Yeah.
I bought a really good olive oil. All right, I ran around to all the stores. I'm not kidding you. I went crazy one day, and I took pictures of all the olive oils everywhere. And, the stores, the grocery stores don't have anything. They don't have nothing compared to you going to, the butchers like an Italian butcher will have all the oils right in your face that you need to eat. And they're not you don't want them in a clear bottle. You don't want them in a plastic bottle. And if you look around, you'll find the right oils. It's just, they're not sitting right there in front of you. You have to just be very careful with that.
Oh, wow. Larry Hawkins is watching and listening. I don't know. I don't really know where he's watching the show at. I don't know if shout out to you, Larry. If he's in YouTube or if he's on the broadcast, the private site or not. But he just dropped something that's really, really interesting that I gotta share. And that is let me find it. Let me find it. And that is, it says Science Daily. This is let me go over to my web share real quick. Cause he's been talking in the chat with me as I've been I've been being a good guy and being really quiet. He's showing that
How could you get a word in edgewise?
I just got to run in, grab the damn microphone, and run out. But he's saying that some of these oils, like dandelion oils, naturally cause diabetes. So I'm going to drop this. We don't have time for this actually right now, other than I'm going to share with you. It says plants are not entirely at the mercy of their, I don't know this word, herbivore enemies. Often chemically defenses ensures that the plants are inevitable and even sometimes toxic. As a result, insects and or other hungry animals steer clear of them. So I'm going to drop this in there. It's again in the chat. It's coming at you guys. So again, this is ScienceDaily.com, and this article is from Larry Hawkins. Wanted you to know. So just heads up, man. Okay. Just because.
Check that out.
Yeah. Be aware. You know what? Something else. Larry's really, he's made this very clear that whenever you guys, because of the technology that he'd had in his hands, okay, that shout out to you, Polk County took from this man, could literally test all kinds of things in the human body, right? And he also wanted you guys to know, just saying, okay, on his behalf, be careful what you do to your body, because you can really f your system up, okay? But on top of that, smoke weed every day. It's good for your body, okay? He's just worried. I'm serious. He's worried about you guys fucking your body up. Just throwing that out there. If you guys play with your systems like this, just be very,
the
very
alkaline,
careful.
that's a real small perimeter, that alkaline. Don't be messing with that.
Yeah.
But the sea salts, that's different. You do it sublingually in tiny amounts. You feed the body what it needs. All this other food isn't important, to be honest, because you run on 90 essential trace elements. The elemental, the periodic table. We have all of that in our body right now, the whole periodic table, and it runs in a resonance field. And our body uses different minerals all along the way to process, whether it be whether it to be sugar, whether it to be the different. And then there's the gluten, which blocks a lot of the places where we can absorb the minerals. That's why I say sublingually, because at least you're still getting it into your body.
Well, we all know how to eat right. We know what's right and what's wrong, what we're eating. But we're cognitively, we got to tell ourselves. Really, we got to fight with our own selves to get healthy. Really, it takes a long time, I know. Hey, did you guys, I forgot to tell you the story about the bugs. Do you ever remember them talking about putting the bugs in our food, in our produce, so it fights off? It keeps, I don't know. Did you ever hear about that? They were going to put the bugs in the food, in our produce, so it fights off the bacteria, and then it grows better. Did you ever hear about that one? No.
No, I go ahead.
I can't find, I'll have to look up the article. This happened a couple years, about 5 years ago or 6 years. I don't know, maybe about that long ago they were talking about that. So they were taking bugs and putting them inside of what they were growing so it would fight the bacteria. So I got to look into that and find that information, and then I'll post it. But yeah, that was another thing they were doing. You know what? Can I ask you, why is nobody talking about this out in the real world? about our food and how bad it is. It's a hush hush. Nobody, not a drop, pin drop. I'm talking about our government. I'm talking about, no, our food's fine.
Yeah, but they don't want us here.
Michelle, the food's fine. Shut up.
In Canada, I know that.
Canada, right? And you guys, I don't know. Are you guys
No,
better
we're
than
not.
us?
No.
Oh, you guys, I know. I feel bad.
Hey, listen, raccoons have more rights than I do. That's why I'm Mama Raccoon, because raccoons have more rights than I.
Oh, eat the bugs. No,
Eat
we
the
won't have no
bugs.
choice. We won't even see them. We won't even see them if they're putting them in the produce. See what
Matt?
I'm saying? How dare you?
What?
You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Oh, we got another question.
Are you done?
Oh, yeah,
One more thing, like the bacteria. That's all we're going to talk about. At the
Okay.
end, and we're done. We're done.
Well, if
Ready?
you want.
All right, ready? The worst place in the supermarket, where do you think the worst place is? It's the pin pad. Check out pin pad. And then you got the service spoons, at the fast food when you're getting soups and stuff. You're touching them. The basket handle. Actually,
You're still germ theory. You're all germ theory, though.
the cleanest part of the shopping cart is the shopping cart handle, because nobody touches that. There's the grocery carts, of course, the freezer doors, the baby seats, and that's it. How do they clean it? They don't let you know when they have bad scores. You got to go up there and ask them. They won't put it out anywhere. Just letting you know that. That's what they do. Supermarkets, any store, any place you go to. Okay, if you want to check that out. I was reading up on that. Other than that,
Ladies,
it's
are you
absolutely
done?
Just
We got it's 2 hours. Let's wrap this up. You guys have been at it for a while.
we're done.
All right, I'm gonna take the damn
Is
mic.
it too much? Was it too much?
No, you guys did really good. I do believe you did beautiful. All right, Airbrush Michelle and Miss Norma from Canada, my raccoon girl. Oh my God, you guys, thank you so much for the show. Appreciate it for real. Say something positive on the way out, ladies. Say something positive.
Positive? Ooh. Yes. Positive. Have faith in our food and just don't give up. But please get healthy. There's no other way. Because, I haven't been sick in 20 years. I keep telling people I really don't. It's because of how I'm eating. It's nothing else. I'm around all the sick people. I used to gamble all around everybody. I never got sick, and I wonder how come I'm not getting sick, because I was healthy, I had the minerals in me, I had everything right. And that's even when I was drinking. So now that I quit drinking, I'm healthy, and I want everybody to focus on their health. And that's all you have. If you don't have good health, what do you have? And that's all I'm going to say.
Nice. Miss Norma, your turn, hon.
In this world, if you look in nature, nature always survives. And guess what? We're part of nature as well. Our body will heal itself if you give it what it needs. Look into minerals. Look into looking after yourself. Lots of water. But your minerals in that are important. And it's not something that the mainstream media, nor the doctors, nor any of the scientists want you to have. Why? Because they don't make any money off of diseases when you're healthy.
Yeah.
So God bless, and your body will heal itself. It will.
Damn. That's good. Really good. All right, my dear. Both of you, thank you for being with me, or me thank you for letting me be with you. All right.
Thank you, audience,
Yes.
for putting up with us.
It's all good. All right, ladies.
She's fun.
Good night to you.
But I'm feisty.
We'll do this again. You hear me? We'll do this again.
Keep healthy and happy.
All right, ladies.
Healthy and happy, everyone. God bless.
Take care.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Alrighty, Brainiacs. Oh, my God. Could barely get a word in edgewise on that show. I tried. I'm like, I seen the mic. I seen it. I'm like, grab it, right? It's fun. Absolutely fun. The ladies talked about the grocery store, Twilight store. It's like, again, you walk in there, you have no idea what the hell you to expect. I've been there. We've all been there. From grabbing heads of lettuce that look great. This just looks great. You unwrap it, get it home, and like cut into it. It's like, oh, just right. Or hell, I grabbed a damn kiwi. My wife, Melissa, she grabbed a damn avocado. Nothing wrong with it. Literally brought it home, stuck on the kitchen shelf, right? Stuck in the kitchen. One day, cut into it, and that bitch just like turned to juice around the core. And I'm like, give me this. I mean, I'm like, give me that son of a bitch. I'm like, where you going? I'm taking it. Oh my God. This driver, I went through McDonald's. Check this. Went through McDonald's twice about 15 years ago. They gave me the wrong stuff, not once, not twice, but 3 times. You should have seen that McGriddle go flying through the back of that kitchen. She's like, oh, you bet your ass. I was going to take that avocado and I was going to wing that straight back through the damn deli. I was pissed. What are we getting? We're getting shit at the grocery store. That's primarily what the topic of tonight's show was. So thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Ms. Norma from up in Canada. I'm telling you, you guys, excellent broadcast. I myself will see you guys here on the Matrix Monday night, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 9 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock West Coast Time, and check with little Lisa L from Canada on Canadian time. Hear me? You guys take care of yourselves, take care of one another. And by the way, say this again, Larry Hawkins tells you, please, before you go screwing with your body and chemicalizing it and doing all that, just be easy. You don't want to fuck yourself up, okay? So take everything that you hear at just research. Do your own research, please. We don't want you fucking yourself up, okay? This is not medical advice. This is just Michelle, Norma, me. What works for us sometimes won't work for you. So just keep that in mind. Research everything. We don't want to see you getting yourself hurt, okay? With that being said, you guys have a great night. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll catch you guys on Monday. Crank it up, Brainiacs. We're out of here right now. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Let's do this. One of the fastest growing talk shows on the internet. Radio show. Welcome aboard the Matrix Minds. One of the most controversial conspiratorial shows on the web, the Matrix Minds. And that's right. Buckle up, everybody. Let's go. Paranormal, huh? Conspiracy, huh? Ufology, hidden Egyptology, and anything and everything we can get our hands on. Let's go. Welcome aboard. The Matrix Minds. Yeah, man. Absolutely. Love you too, Lisa. Sure. Take care, Miss Barbara.
Take the blues pills.
Morgan.
Story ends.
Captain.
You wake up in your bed and believe.
Take care of yourself.
You take the red pill.
Everybody. Miss Rose, Airbrush, Mr. George Overton. Take care of yourself, buddy. Be good, be safe.
All I'm offering is the truth. Nothing day in
All
Wonderland.
y'all up in here.
All I'm offering is the truth.
Be good.
Day in Wonderland.
Take care.
All I'm offering is the truth.
Matrix Minds audio backtracks by Richard Roller from Victoria, Australia. All your audio needs, audio creation, audio editing for the podcast, for movies, outright music creation, touch-based productions. Contact Richard Roller at richardroller007@gmail.com.
Hey everybody, Austin here with Colorado Custom Game Calls. Are you looking for a game call for your upcoming season? Are you looking for something unique? Are you looking for a gift for the hunter in your life? Well, look no further, we got you covered. At Colorado Custom Game Calls, you get to put your own twist on these calls. Whether it's waterfowl hunting, big game hunting, predator, or turkey, we got you covered. So be sure to hit us up on our Facebook and Instagram or on the web at coloradocustomgamecalls.com.
What is up, all my beautiful and gorgeous souls? I am Michelle Espinosa, otherwise known as the Shaman, through the Matrix Mind Media. So tell me, how many times have you wished that you had that special power of prediction? You know, to know what was going to happen before it actually happened and took place. To have some power and control over that situation before things came flying at you out of left field. The thing is, you actually can have that power. You can be aware of what's coming. Tune in to Astrology TV with me for Breaking the Cage. Every Sunday evening at 10 p.m. Eastern on the Matrix Mind Media. And I will go through the astrology and help put you on the right course and get you back in control of your own life. Love you guys.
This CBD fluid is a whole flower fluid extracted from the cannabis flower. We don't use any heat, butane, or chemicals when we extract, so we get all of the components of the plant. All the CBD, CBG, CBA, all the terpenes, all the flavonoids. This allows our body to absorb at 60 to 90% rather than the average of 6 to 10% absorption you would get with a CBD oil. Because our bodies are made up of mostly water and this is a fluid, it's highly absorbable so that you're getting 500% more nutraceuticals per dose. We also have this available in our CBD spray as well as a muscle rub with all kinds of botanicals. You're going to absolutely love it.
Check it out, Brainiacs. MatrixMinds.live/CBD. The CBD I use. Feel free again. Feel alive again.
Welcome to Crystal Cove and Mystic Charms, where magic meets the mundane and the extraordinary becomes everyday. Are you ready to gift yourself with the whispers of ancient power stones? To the feel and hear the echoes of our ancient past? Dive into a world where each pendant tells a story, where rare stones hold secrets known only to the universe itself. At Crystal Cove, our collection isn't just jewelry. It's a gateway to a realm of mysticism and wonder. Let the shimmering opal guide you through twilight dreams, or embrace the fiery energy of the sun with our exquisite amber pendants. Each piece, handcrafted by the hands of a true mystic who understand the language of the earth and the fire of one's heart. At Crystal Cove and Mystic Charms, we believe that every soul deserves to sparkle. Whether you seek solace in the calming embrace of amethyst or wish to dance with the vibrant hues of turquoise, our collection holds the key to unlocking your inner magic if you allow it to be so. Visit us today and discover the pendant that speaks to your soul. Crystal Cove and Mystic Charms, where the beauty of our amazing earthy realm meets the magic of the cosmos.